Ta 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 ta. Wow, no, my good. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. No, no, no. No. Unlimited power. No. Really? Oh, good. Dear Lord. All right. At least you're honest. I like that. Thanks for your honesty. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Okay, we're here. Good. Okay. Wow. My goodness. Christovi, how you feeling today? Marcus Tovenus again. It's not here probably. Now, welcome everybody again. Now, I'm recording, and this is the 11th grade C on a virtual class. And we are in a class of checking chapters 1 to 6 from Frankenstein. And I asked for I asked all the people about this thing. And the great majority of my students have said, no, I haven't read it. Please answer the poll. Please answer the poll. Be honest. If you didn't read it, okay. If you read it, okay. But we have to make a decision. So the decision will be made based on your things. Based on what you say. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, it seems like it won't change, so I'm going to show you the results. Just one person read the chapters and the others didn't. All right. I think you guys forgot. Did you forget? People, did you forget or something else happened? Or you didn't find the book? What happened? Tell me, tell me.
Yo por lo menos lo voy a leer hoy día, que a mí se me había olvidado y tuvimos prueba de electivo el lunes, entonces tuve meterle con el electivo a full. Creo que fue por eso.
Okay, that might be a reason. Okay, we need to catch up. Okay, so we're gonna read now. We have to move because if I'm not mistaken, okay, I'm gonna show you the calendar now. This is my schedule and these are the tests. We have our test on the 8th of September. Okay, that would be the test number 1. And then we have the test number 2 on the 29th of November. We have 2 tests. Okay, so in this one, we are here. We have a lot of time. I mean, not that much, but it's 3 weeks. And it's going to include Frankenstein stuff. All right, so we have to read now. I'm going to ask people to read. Let's do this. Let's go. My goodness. Okay, so you had test this morning. Did you have, I think you had chemistry test? Something like that? Elective test. Okay. All right. All right. Right. Go again. Can anyone tell me up to what chapter did we read last time? What chapters did we do last time?
Creo que leímos el 1 y el 2. Llegamos hasta o sea, tendríamos que empezar el 3.
Okay, so we know a bit about his family. We know also a bit about his fascination with lightning and electricity. His family made of 3 siblings. 2 of them, his natural siblings, Ernest and William, and Elizabeth, who is adopted, but he's in love with her. And also we learned that Elizabeth is also in love with Master Frankenstein. Okay, we're gonna continue 3. I think we have the time to finish up to 4. So you will have. Wow. The problem is that people that you have to read this week from 7 to 9. Well, they are short. You can do it. Let's quickly begin. Volunteer for chapter 3. Volunteer for chapter 3. Remember, this is opportunity to practice your English. Volunteer for chapter 3. Chapter 3.
Yo, profe.
All right, let's do this. Okay, chapter 3. Let's go. Here we go.
Yeah.
So, wait. Am I showing it? Yes, I'm showing. I'm gonna make it bigger for you. Wait, there you go. Here we go. That's it.
Yeah. For 17 years, my life was very happy. Then the first sad thing happened. My mother became very ill, and soon she knew that she was dying. Just before they died, and she asked Elizabeth and me to go to her room. She held our hands and said, "My children, I am very happy because you love each other, and because one day you will get married. Everyone in the family loves you, Elizabeth. Will you take my place in the family, my dear? I can die happy if you will look after them when I have gone." No se ve.
Yeah.
No se ve abajo.
When you have gone, it's here.
Yeah. My mother died and we were very sad because we loved her dearly. Elizabeth was brave and helped us. Her sweet smile gave us some happiness in the unhappy days after my mother's death. The time came for me to go to university. I did not want to leave my sad family, but we all knew that I should go. It was hard to leave too because the parents of my good friend Henry Clerval would not let him to go to university with me, and so I had to go alone. On my first day at the university, I met my teacher, Professor Waldman, who was one of the greatest scientists in the world. Scientist in the world. He gave a wonderful talk to all the students who were starting at the university. He ended his talk by saying, "Some of you will become the great scientists of tomorrow. You must study hard and discover everything that you can. That is why God made you intelligent, to help other people." After the professor's talk, I threw very carefully. I remembered the storm when I was 15. I remembered how the lightning had destroyed the tree. I want to use electricity to help people, and I want to discover the secrets of life. I decided to work on these two things. I did not know then that my work would destroy me and the people that I loved. I started work the next day. I worked very hard, and soon Professor Waldman and I realized that I could learn to be a very good scientist. The professor helped me very much. Another
here, yeah.
Another important scientist who were his friend helped me too. I was interested in my work and I did not take one day's holiday during the next 2 years. I did not go home, and my letters to my family were very short. After 2 years, I had discovered many things and I built a scientific machine that was better than everything in the university. My machine would help me answer the most important question of all. Who does life begin? Is it possible to put life into dead things? To answer these questions about life, I had to learn first about death. I had to watch Buddhists, and from the moment when they died and the warm life left them in the hospital and in the university, I watched the dying and the dead. Day after day, month after month, I followed death. It was a dark and terrible time.
Yes.
Then one day, the answer come, and suddenly I was sure that I knew the secret of life. I knew that I could put
Mm,
life into a body that was not alive. I worked harder and harder now. I slept for only a short time each night, and I did not eat much food. I wrote to my family less often, but they loved me and did not stop writing to me. They said they understood who busy I was. They did not want me to stop work to write or to see them. They would wait until I had more time. They hoped to see me very soon.
mhm.
The professors realized that I was doing very important work, and so they gave me my own laboratory.
Mhm.
There was a small flat above the laboratory where I lived, and sometimes I stayed inside the buildings for a week and did not go out. Above the laboratory, I built a very tall mast. It was 150 meters high and higher than the tallest building in the city. The mast could catch lightning and could send the electricity down to my machine in the laboratory. I had never forgotten the lightning that had destroyed the tree. There had been so much power in the electricity of that lightning. I believed I could use that electricity
Mhm.
to give life to things that were dead. I will say no more than that. The secret of my machine must die with me. I was a very clever scientist, but I did not realize then what a terrible mistake I was making.
Sophia, well read. Nice. There was a few words. In general, the ed verbs really well pronounced. Really well pronounced. There are some words. Scientists, and scientific. I think those were a bit of a trouble. But the others, wow, very nice. Well
Teacher
read. Yes.
y terrible, ¿cómo se pronuncia? Que dudé todo el rato.
What a terrible mistake.
Terrible.
What a
Yeah.
terrible mistake I was making. So we have now Dr. Frankenstein. He built his machine. It's a big machine. He said it's the best machine in the laboratory at the university. And also we learned that his mom died because of an illness that we don't know. And also we learned that he went to university, he met his teacher, and he started working for 2 years on his machine and his invention, right? So Sophia, ready with the chapter number 4. Incredible, very nice. Laboratory, yes. Any other volunteer? We have just one more chapter to read. Do we have another volunteer? Sophia did a wonderful job. Remember, this is practice for you, so take it as that. If you don't know a word, you can stop and I can give it to you. Anyone? Any other volunteer? Any other volunteer? Chapter number 4 is the part where he makes the body. Please, we need a person, one more person. Tom is clicking. anyone volunteer? Get that I'm just crying. Why? Kata, would you like to read then?
¿Yo?
Yeah.
Bueno.
Thank you, Kata.
Eh,
Laboratory.
In my laboratory, I made a body. I poked or stole at the pieces of human body that I need, and slowly and carefully I put them all together. I did not let anybody enter my laboratory or my flat while I was doing this awful work. I was afraid to tell anybody my terrible secret. I had wanted to make a beautiful man, but the face of the creature was horrible. Its skin was thin and yellow, and its eyes were as yellow as its skin. Its long blonde hair and white teeth were almost beautiful, but the rest of the face was very ugly. Its legs and arms were the right shape, but they were huge. I had to use big piece because it was too difficult to
It was too difficult to. Yeah.
join small pieces together. My creature was 2.5 meters tall.
Wow.
For a year, I had worked to make this creature, but now it looked terrible and frightening. I almost decided to destroy it, but I could not. I had to know if I could put life into it. I joined the body to the wires from my machine. More wires joined the machine to the mast. I was sure that my machine could use electricity from lightning to give life to the body. I watched and waited. 2 days later, I saw dark clouds in the sky, and I knew that a storm was coming. At about 1 o'clock in the morning, the lightning came. My maths began to do its work immediately, and the electricity from the lightning traveled down the mast to my machine. Will the machine work? At first, nothing happened, but after a few minutes, I saw the creature body began to move. Slowly, terrible. The body came alive. Its arms and legs began to move, and slowly it sat up.
Sarah.
The dead body had been an ugly thing, but alive. It was much more horrible. Suddenly, I wanted to escape from it. I ran out of the laboratory and locked the door. I was filled with fear at what I had done. For hours, I woke up and down in my flat. At last, I lay down on my bed and fell asleep. But my sleep was full of terrible dreams. I woke up suddenly. The horrible thing that I had created was standing by my bed. Its yellow eyes were looking at me. Its mouth open, and it
Here we have the word filled. I was filled with
filled
fear. Así como lleno, lleno. Made.
made strange sounds at me. On its yellow face there was an awful smile.
Mhm.
One of its huge hands reached towards me.
Towards me. Mhm.
Before it could touch me, I jumped off the bed and ran downstairs into the garden. I stayed there all night, but I could not think clearly. I was afraid, and when morning came, I went out. I went out in. Ay, perdón, profe.
Went out
I
in town. Mhm.
into the town and began to walk about.
Mhm.
I did not notice where I was walking, but soon I came to the station. A train from Geneva had just arrived, and the passengers were leaving the station. One of them ran towards when he saw me. It was my dear friend, Henry Clerval.
Mhm.
He was very pleased to see me. He took my hand and shook it warmly. My dear Victor, he said, what a lucky chance that you are here at the station. Your father and Elizabeth and the others are very worried about you because you have not visited them for a long time. They asked me to make sure that you are well. And I have very good news. My father has agreed to let me study at the university, so we shall be able to spend a lot of time together. I was very happy to hear this news, and for a moment I forgot my fears. I took Henry back to my flat and asked him to wait outside while I wanted to look. I was afraid that the creature was still there, but it had disappeared. At that time, I did not think of other people and what the creature could do to them. I took Henry into the flat and cooked a meal for us. But Henry noticed how thin I was, and that I was lying too much and could not sit still. Suddenly, he said, "My dear Victor, what's it the matter with you? Are you ill? Has something awful happened?" Don't ask me that," I cried. I put my hands over my eyes. I thought I could see the horrible creature there in front of me. I pointed wildly across the room and shouted, "He can tell you, save me, save me." I tried to fight the creature, but there was nothing there. Then I fainted and fell to the floor. Poor Henry. I do not know what he thought. He called a doctor and they put me to the bed. I was very ill for 2 months, and Henry stayed and looked after me. His loving care saved me from death. I wanted to go home and see my family as soon as possible. When I was well enough, I packed my clothes and books. All my
Luggage.
luggage
Mhm.
was ready, and I was feeling very happy when the postman arrived with some letters. One of the letters ended my short time of happiness.
Pretty nice. Well read. The EDs were on point. Very nice. There was a word, a creature, like creature,
Creature.
creature. Yeah, creature. Okay, so
Creature.
what we had now, and this is the end of the class, we have the creature is being made, is ready, and escaped. We don't know what the creature is. Victor is ill. Surely he hasn't eaten for a long time. He's sick. He's ill, but his best friend Henry Clerval came to his rescue, and they are together now. It seems like they're going home again after a long time away from home. The creature is horrible, is very, very tall. We see that it's a 2 meters and a half, and it's made of dead bodies. Ooh, okay. So finally, his machine worked. We're gonna see the details. Please, this week finish chapters. Now we finished at chapter number. Sophia and Kata read until chapter 4. You need to read 5 until 7. No, until 9. Yeah, 7 until 9 this week, I think. Yeah. So please do that because next week, I mean, in the together class that we're gonna have on Thursday, I think, Wednesday, we're gonna do a bit of a quiz about chapters 1 and 6. Okay, people, it won't take more of your time. Enjoy the day. Thanks for coming, and please read the book. And if you read it out loud so you can practice your English pronunciation. All right. See you guys. Take care.
Chao, profe, nos vemos.
Sayonara.
Cuídese.
Thanks for
teacher.
reading. Thanks for the
Chao,
readers.
profe, que esté bien.
Very kind. Your pronunciation.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, lady.
Take care.
You too, Batman. The